Okay. Welcome back to grade 11 tourism. This video, I want to look at a match test typical questions. We're going to start to look at a question one. So our question one reads, study the pictures below that are related to the airline industry and answer the questions. So you are given our pictures A, B, C, and D. And I believe that's where we have our questions. 1.1 reads, identify the sections of the aircraft labeled A and B. And the question has got 2 marks, and obviously by identifying your A, can we go to try to see in terms of A and B? So this is our A, and this is our B. And obviously, if you look there, you'll see that A becomes our cockpit. So we are saying A, it's our cockpit. And then if you look at our B represent the galley. So this is the representation. A cockpit contains flight instruments. And also you will see that these flight instruments will be on an instrument panel, and also it also contains the controls that enable the pilot to fly. So basically, that's what we have in terms of the cockpit. And when you look at a galley, obviously, a galley is a compartment of an aircraft where food is cooked or prepared. So obviously, you are going to see the contents of those food also in the galley. So if you look at the representation that we are having there, you see that we've got some shelf on B, and that are also indicating that there's food that is going to be contained inside. And if you go to A, we are seeing that there, we are seeing that that's where the parts of the aircraft, where the aircraft is going to be controlled. So basically, we're going to see instruments there. So that's what we have relating to our A and B. So going to the next question. Our next question is name one member of the flight personnel that has access to the area labeled A during takeoff and landing of an aircraft. So question has got 1 mark. So personnel that you can find in area labeled A. We are saying area labeled A. That's where we've got the instruments, and that's where we have instruments that are going to control the aircraft. So obviously, we are going to see the pilots being there. So basically, we are talking about the pilot, and also we are talking about the co-pilot, flight engineer. Co-pilot, flight engineer also can be about relating to A. So basically, those responses are the responses that you can just give there. So we are just saying here 1.2, we can say pilot. Remember, our question is only asking for 1 member. So basically, that's what we have. Then 1.3, explain the purpose of the area labeled B on the aircraft. So we can just refer to B. But B is the galley. Remember, we're saying that's where we've got the contents of food that are there. So obviously, we are just giving a description, and we are saying it also acts as a kitchen. So basically, we go to other section to see the brief explanation that we have in terms of a galley. So coming here, you see that the galley is the kitchen area in an aeroplane used for storing food, snacks, and beverages. So we are saying this is the brief explanation that we have in terms of a galley. Then we go to the next part of our question. That is now our 1.4. The pictures labeled C and D show travel class sections in an aircraft. Part A, identify the travel class sections C and D. So obviously, we need also to identify C and D. But according to the pictures that you are given there, you would see that C is representing the business class section. This one is the business class section. Then you go to D, you are seeing that this is the economy class. So basically, we're saying a business class. So we can just represent here as the business class, and then our D becomes our economy class. So our representation is here, whereby C we are saying a business class, and D we are saying it's economy class. So we go to the next part of our question. That is going to be our B. Explain how the class level C differs from travel class level D. So basically, now you're saying how do you differentiate C from D? So basically, that's the question. So obviously, the business class is more comfortable. Is more comfortable if you look at C. Obviously, where the passengers are going to sit, and compare to D, you'd see that C is more comfortable, but obviously more expensive than economy class. So this is what the first difference that you can try to put down, and then obviously if you look at the seats of a business class, you'd see that they have more leg room. The legs can move around freely as compared to economy. In other words, the seats that we are having in the economy class are too close. So that's another difference that we can try to bring in. Then also uh, we can also try to talk about the standard of service that we have in the business class section and then the economy class. Obviously, the standard of service in the business class is better than the one that we see under economy class. As basically as that's what we have to just put down. So we have those differences also outlined on the other section, whereby we are saying the first that we have is that business class is more comfortable but more expensive than economy class. The second one, business class, that can recline better than economy class. Then, but differences that can also try to bring. We can see that music and cutlery are of a higher standard than economy class. So they're talking about the music and cutlery of a business class also of higher standard. So we have other that are there that is saying this that passengers are getting magazines and newspapers. So this we have also other differences that are just beneath that. But I remember if you go back to our question, you'll see that our question only is asking for two differences that we can try to identify. That is our two difference on B. Or the B, then you go to C, compare the cost of a flight ticket for travel class C and D. Obviously, business class becomes more expensive than economy class. So basically, that's the basic difference in terms of the cost between C and D. So we go again and see the explanation that we have according to this video. On C, we are saying economy class tickets are cheaper and therefore are more popular with budget travelers. And then economy class is a more cost-effective travel class option. But if you go to business class tickets are more expensive and therefore appeal to fewer travelers because they are expensive. So basically, that's what we have on C. Then we go to D. D says deduce from image D whether the aircraft in the picture is a wide body or a narrow body aircraft. Motivate your answer. So if you go to D, D is the economy, and we need to identify if it's a wide body or a narrow body. So obviously, if you try to see there, you see that it's a wide body. So we can just maybe try to zoom it out so that we can easily see it. So this is our D. And we are seeing that it's a wide body. Remember, a wide body aircraft is also known as a twin aisle aircraft. By twin aisle, it means we have got two aisles that we have there. And aisle is a passage that we have between the seats that we are seeing there. So if you come here, you'll see that we have got a passage that is here. We have got a passage along this, that we have got a passage that is going this side and also. So obviously, we are saying now there are two passages which are being represented by the aisles. So basically, that's what we have. That's how we can quickly identify that it's a wide body aircraft. So going to our other section, you'll see that. Let's try to see. So if you go to our other section, we have that explanation briefly describing the wide body aircraft. So we are saying we've identified it as a wide body aircraft resource. That is the basic identify the criteria that we use to identify. And this can be seen in the image as there are two doors to the front section. To bring in the issue of two doors and that are there on the front section of the aircraft. So you can just make a try to repair back and identify where we have got these are two doors that are being described. So basically, that's the last part of our question. So we can maybe just refer back to our question part and try to see what we have. So if you go down, you would see that this becomes our last question that we have according to this video. So thank you for listening. Those who haven't subscribed, please subscribe and share. Let's share the link to our colleagues on grade 11 tourism. We'll meet again in the next video. As for this video, I'm signing out.